Welcome back to the podcast.
Hello and welcome, guys. My name is Lena.
And I'm Dahlia, and you actually just caught us in the middle of a fucking conversation that
Yeah.
I just got some news on Lena. Lena, show your face.
Yeah. When I tell you right now, she's gonna get into the details of it. But when I tell you, it actually left me. It literally stopped me in my tracks. I was walking around my house and it stopped me in my tracks. Guys, do not mind me. I will be making myself dinner, ramen, because it's just one of those nights. I don't feel like cooking. But let Dahlia fill you in what's tea. Like, what is tea? What's going on?
Well, you metabolized the information I just told her. So here's the thing. Y'all get your gums ready because y'all bitches about to chew. That gagged. That did gag.
Sure.
But no, rolling your eyes live is crazy. But there's this guy who I thought were just, friends, friendly. Like, I love this dude like a brother, like genuinely like a brother. I have no brothers, but if I was to have a brother, it would be this person. I've communicated that with Lena, and it's been this relationship for years. I never even have an inkling. No, no, my pussy did not even contract a little bit, nothing. It was just purely platonic, right?
Yep.
And then yesterday, I learned that, oh boy, this whole time, like he got me one of my favorite. He got me one of my favorite Christmas gifts of all time. And I was looking at it and I was like, oh my God, thank you. Like, even though we just like we work together, like this is a real friendship. And he's like, yeah, like I liked you. So I was like,
What? You can't just drop information like that and carry on. Guys, it's a pandemic. You do not confess your feelings to your homegirls. We don't do that. We don't do that casually.
brother, let me tell you something.
Braza.
Brother, you could have said, I said, and I told him verbatim, I said, you could have told me this shit when I was 50 and I still wouldn't believe you. I would have still been
You
in the
see,
same exact shock I'm in right now.
you see
Well,
the way I'm gripping my head right now. You see the way I'm actually in disbelief. Like, I'm I'm even stuttering because it's actually mind blowing. Because what? If you guys knew the type of guy that he is, and I have seen this friendship up close and personal, and mind you, this guy is in a relationship. I feel like it's been, to my knowledge, it's kind of been off and on, or whatever the case. As their business, I don't know. But you're telling me, I mean, I get it. She's a bad bitch. Hey, there's no shame. There's no shame. But you can still have some shame when you say these things. You don't just say these things so casually and think you're gonna take it to the chin. Like, now I fear, well, I can't really say fear, but there's definitely going to be a change in the dynamic of the friendship, because once someone has confessed, I like you, or I've had feelings for you, or I still have feelings for you, that changes a lot.
so I'm like, first of all, the way God wrote the code of the universe is actually fucking crazy. Like, oh boy, really? He put in every fail safe. Oh girl, oh boy, oh they, I don't care. But every fail safe, every possible scenario, everything that you wouldn't expect to happen happened on some Murphy's Law shit. So he's telling me this, and I'm like, this is someone in my chest I actually care about as a brother. And then now I'm getting the whole thing like all these maneuvers have been with alternate intentions, which I'm like, it's cool. That's what I told him. I'm like, it's not even the liking me. I'm like, you do maneuvers with alternate intentions, like that's fine. I don't give a fuck. I really don't.
But I don't really think so, because honestly, that puts into question whether it was really a friendship this entire time. Because, like, okay, he's been liking you this entire time. Has any of it really been a genuine platonic friendship? Because, me, to my knowledge, this is your homeboy. When you guys are out in the woods doing God knows what, this is your boy. Thinking that this is a friendship.
They don't know context of army shit. That looks like we're out in the woods alone together.
Oh, no, guys, this is purely work, right? This is purely work. But to my knowledge, because it's a hard time to kind of like be, from what I understood, all the stories that she has told me, you need comrades, you need friends in the army to really get through the bullshit these people are putting you through. So I know that this was really a friendship that she valued. But things like that, like, for some reason really bothered me if it's like a guy friend confessing that he's had feelings the entire time, because I'm thinking this is my homeboy, like I can, I can rely on him. But if that dynamic changes, that makes me question whether this whole thing was even genuine. If you just want to try to crack this whole time, what's going on? What is going on? But that's me. That's me. Let me not speak for you. How do you feel about, like, do you feel like it was genuine? Do you feel like it was do you ever, I don't think you even caught a hint that this was like something that he was feeling.
Bitch, I wouldn't have caught a fucking whiff. I would not. If you told me this literally 2 days ago, I would have been like, wow, so you like to lie. That's what you like to do. You just like to make stories up and you like to lie. But to hear it come out of his mouth, I was just like, first of all, my initial feeling is I really don't give a fuck. Like, I did not feel some type of.
Please tell me you did not tell him that. Like, please tell me you didn't tell him that. What did actually you never tell me? What did you say? What did you say to him? What was your response?
My response was that whole thing. I'm like, you could have told me this shit when I was 50 and I wouldn't have fucking believed you. I would have been just as shocked. Because that's how much it completely slipped under my radar. And it was just a sweep over, like, oh, I liked you. And I was like, oh, and it's like, yeah, it's whatever. Because I never
he said it in the past tense, so he does not like you anymore. Or he lost those feelings.
The Lord knows. I don't know.
Or hey, maybe he was gauging to see maybe it is a possibility. No.
I don't feel that way.
You don't think he was?
I have no desire to see him naked if I don't have to. Like,
I'm not saying that you would even consider that. I'm saying like the fact that he dropped that information to kind of gauge where you were at. Maybe this was an avenue that he could pursue. You get what I mean?
So here's the thing with what I mean by seeing him naked, like opening up and all that stuff. Like, I'm cool with that. Like, dude, we're in a fucking wooden box for 12 hours for, like a month. And then, going to another box for many months. Like, it's like, this is someone who I really got to know and stuff like that. And I really opened up a lot to. But when I say that getting naked shit, it's like, there's no lust. I'm not moving with any ulterior motive. So there's no emotions that are coming up that I didn't already have. So it's like, I still care about this person. And if that's how they choose to maneuver their life, I don't care. I'm not going to judge. It changes little to nothing about how I'm going to maneuver. Because of that rapport and that closeness that has already been built.
Okay.
Like, if you had to,
so there's been a foundation. So there's like nothing's gonna shift too much. Okay, that's good.
That's like if you tomorrow told me, Dahlia, this whole time I've been liking you, I'm like, that's cool.
Dahlia, I feel like this is the perfect time for me to confess something that's been on my mind.
Wait, hold on 1 second. Please don't fucking do that. That's disgusting. You're giving me a
dick. What are you talking about? Like, I just feel like now's the time, since you're talking about it, we just have such a strong foundation,
Yeah, getting a little, we're getting lost in the masculine a little bit here, buddy. Let's kick up the feminine.
Right.
My boner almost stopped.
Hey, girly. Is it working?
No.
All right. So let this be the pod, guys. Let it be known. She shot me down. She broke my heart.
Oh, actually, no. Edit that out. No, I've been trying to create this propaganda that you've been. Fuck. I just fucked up.
Yeah, boy.
That was a good, very manipulative maneuver, you fucking villain.
Thank you. I try. I'm proud of that, actually.
Oh. Go ahead and gag the masses. Why don't you?
As I do. Casually. This is just another Wednesday for me.
Okay. Now I'm gagged.
Right. Clock
Let me tell you something. Tell me, in this top, obviously my titties are tittying, so I'm going to cover my nipples. How sick my tattoo looks in this bitch.
I love it. Yes, I love it.
That dude looks crazy in this top.
Summer is coming. A summer is a coming. Have you seen that guy?
The
This Dominican. Yo, I tell you.
Summer is coming.
That, I swear, his videos have me on the floor weak. Absolutely weak.
Winter is finishes. Is what you say? No, Dominicans are my favorite Hispanic.
I love Dominicans too, clearly.
They just hit too hard. They hit too hard for me. Like you really gagged me. Like I used to like Mexicans until I met Mexican men, and I was like,
step back.
It has nothing to do with the racism. This has everything to do with you.
Right.
No thank you. No habla inglés. Por favor, uno grande.
Nah. Can we get a translator, please? So after we get the editor, we're gonna have to get a translator. Ooh, we're gonna have to fit a lot of people in this non-existent budget here.
That was actually from my soul. That laugh came from my spirit. I've never laughed at frequency before because it was so real. Like,
I'm God.
Yeah, people in the non-existent budget, we got all this shit we need to do. Budget, we found.
You know, it's a theory. We have a concept of it.
How much can someone do with $100?
I might even throw in a pack of Twizzlers if I'm feeling nice.
We might have to start, putting a little something on some people real quick.
Hey, what? We're not supposed to put this on the pod, but it's supposed to be a side conversation. Get with the fucking program. hey, if we need an editor, let me just put that out there. Let me just put that out there.
I hope, Lena, we need to search up the legalities of exchanging services for the service. Let's
guys, this is for like YouTuber's sake, YouTube's sake. This is just a joke. We are just joking. Pure joke. Right. Before y'all come for us.
Right. Like people can't make jokes anymore. Like the fuck.
Right. Crazy. It's fucking crazy.
It looks like someone's in my bed from this angle.
Whoa. It kind of does like someone's under the covers. That's scary. Spooky. Now she has her lover under the covers while she's on a pod.
But is my lover a little person? And that's okay if you are a little person out there. You can't be my lover, but you can't. But how do I say this?
Now, guys, watching this girl try to be politically correct genuinely makes my day because she's so bad at it.
Bro, I can't not offend people. Like that's what I've realized. Like I had a conversation with a girl. Bitch! Let me tell you, guys, this is how good the pod comes out when we don't talk to each other for a minute, because there's this girl, right? She lives in this in this general vicinity. You know where I'm at. This shorty, I see her in the bathroom, and then God tells me literally on some divine shit, he's like, bro, talk to her. I'm like, I really don't want to. I'll talk to any stranger, but I just don't want to talk right now. But he's like, no, just ask her how she's doing. So I asked her how she's doing. She's like, good. I said, well, that's not true. So like, what's really going on? And then she's like, well, men. And I was like, oh, I'm cooked. I'm cooked, actually.
Not you're cooked.
Bro, my intuition is too sharp. I'm like, damn, why did I know she needed to talk to someone? Shit. And I'm like, all right, let's hear it. And then she's like, well, this man, like, he's giving me signals. Like, he's giving me, like he's, like, giving me his hat. Like, he's touching on me. Like, I'm like, touch on you? How? And she's like, well, we had to get in an Uber. And I had to say, like, shit like that. So I said, so
is this harassment?
No. Like, she's like, I like him. I just want to be his friend. First of all, bro, we need to call this episode Friends, because I don't know. Actually, that's copyright. No, we can't do that. But it's like she's like, nah, like I thought he's first of all, he's a West African man. And oh shorty is mixed West African and white. I said, okay, so you're a bad girl thing. So
All
he's
right.
boost up the bomba. Yo, I'm on my Caribbean thing.
We can say that. That's definitely a statement. Yes.
I didn't realize that this year you're becoming anti-black. That's an interesting thing to do.
Oh, now I'm anti-black. You see how they try to shift the narrative. You see how the powers that be, they try to shift through these lowly species here. They try to shift.
Lowly species?
Interesting. Very interesting.
My Mr. Sir PhD Umar to come collect that fucking ass. That's some real
Oh, call him.
You're a Kenyan who doesn't speak Swahili, just Korean. When I get desperate, I do get desperate. I do pull out some.
That was a low blow.
Blows.
That was very low. Wow. Do you feel good about yourself? Do you feel better?
Not even.
Do you feel like a woman now?
Are you trying to start transgender propaganda? First of all, that guy's releases up here acting like, oh, are you a shorty? Oh, are you sure you're a shorty? And no, oh, so yeah, in cahoots together. Okay. I just connected the thought that I had like months ago to a conversation that I gave her no. I threw that bitch in there. She has no context. That's why she's acting confused, and that's why she's silenced. Mute her camera, please. Mute her mic.
And who exactly are you speaking to? Who exactly are you speaking to? The editor that we don't have? The producer that we don't have?
Well,
you sit in silence. How about that?
Clip that. She likes to silence black voices. Clock her. Thank you. And I will continue with what I was saying. Wow. You just make it too easy, girl. Is it by that I need to
just finish before I get pissed off?
Do you know I've noticed an arc in our podcast? Like you start off like with your podcasting voice, super nice, super sweet, and then you by the end you're just crashing out.
Because hello, it's no there's evidence on this podcast. This girl pisses me off. She generally pisses me off. I try every day to come with love and light, and I'm an adult. It's okay. It's okay.
People like to think I'm the crash out king. Lena's the crash out. Literally, she's a crash out monarch. She's actually the overarching. She's a chancellor of crashing out. I'm not sure how that works in chain command, but
I disagree.
She's the Illuminati of crashing out. She puppeteers that.
I don't feel like that's a true statement.
Your crash out? No, my crash outs. I have them. They're quick. They're hot. They're fueled. Lena's crash outs. They're sporadic. You never see them coming, and that's what makes them lethal. So then, when she crashes out on you, you're like, she's crashing out on you on shit that happened months ago.
The ceiling in this place, beautiful. I don't know why I've never noticed it before. You see that painting over there? Mm-hmm. Gorge.
So going back into the story.
Right.
I'm being probed to transition. Please. I have a family. Please. Yeah, decode that Morse code that I just gave you. It just says fuck. I'm just gonna tell you right now. So girl, I'm like, do you want my advice? Do you want my opinion, or do you want my perspective? And then she's like, I want your perspective, because she's still in her teens. So then I'm like, okay. Like, I don't, you're never too old or too young to learn. So I tell her, I'm like, it's a worth issue. Like, you're seeing shit, but you're seeing shit that doesn't exist. Like, you think, oh boy, is being romantic, but do you know him well enough to know that's a romantic thing for him to do? And if so, how do you like it, just because you feel it's intimate doesn't actually mean that it's intimate. Like it's a completely different beast that you're dealing with. And you need to open your mind and your perspective to he could be doing something with a completely different intention. And you're over here like, I just want him to be my friend. But I'm like, do you think old boy wants to be your friend? Or and on top of that, are you someone that you deem to be worthy of being friends with?
And let's sit with that. Let's have a moment of silence for that.
Because I'm like, if you don't like yourself, then how's someone else supposed to like you? Like people can like you, but you won't be able to see it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I told old girl. And then I was like, I know that I know I can come off, you know, in interesting ways to different people. And I was like, what do you think about me? She's like, well, and then she started to panic. And then she fucking practically ran out of the fucking room.
Oh, babes.
I know, like on some, I just gave out, like I opened my heart and I gave you my honest, like heartfelt perspective. And I was asking for the exchange and you're like, bye. I can't.
Well,
So that bitch is a fucking thief. That bitch is a thief.
Oh, I see. Hey, and she wants to call me the crash out. She wants to call me the crash out. No, I think maybe she just those type of like really intimate, vulnerable. Because mind you, you are a stranger. Let's remember that. So maybe she's just like not used to that kind of realness. I think that's a possibility.
It left me feeling like a used condom. Like I felt used.
Oh my god.
No, I'm dead ass being serious. Like it made me feel some type of way so strongly. I was like, why did I just react like that? Like that I had to that reaction.
You expect realness because you give off realness, but realness sometimes it can't. Some people don't have that. They don't feel that like they can be vulnerable or have a vulnerable moment with strangers.
But I just did. So you just asked me to get naked and then you walk out with your clothes on.
That's essentially what happened.
See. The level of anger that when it happened, I was like, that's how I know I've grown up. Because I was about to scream. I was like, bitch, you really give me that shit back. All that enlightenment I just gave you, let me snatch it back. But then I was like, wait a minute, that's not how an enlightened person acts. So then I'm like, let me act like the higher vibration that I actually am.
Wow. She's been waiting to use that.
Wow.
She has been waiting to use that.
You literally clock me clear as day.
I'm actually crying.
It made me feel some type of way. And that's when I realized I'm like, you know what? I don't need any other friend than Lena, bro, because these bitches be weird.
Bitches be weird. That is a very true statement. There have been no truer statements.
Why?
But that actually kind of does go into what I wanted to talk about. I know we didn't discuss it before, but I know we've talked about a lot about like why it's important to have these really intimate, close relationships with other women. But I feel like a question I feel like we should open the door to is how do you even how do you open up these types of communities? How do you build a village? How do you build a community? And I came across something that I feel like was really true, which is what I wanted to share with you guys today, is that you have to be the village that you want to see. So the type of support that you want to receive, you have to give you have to be that support. For me, that I feel like it does come pretty easily to me. Thankfully, I feel like I was raised by a very generous woman. And I have my beefs with my family that I may or may not share with you guys in the future. I probably won't. But one of the things I can say about my mother is that she was very, very, very generous. Sometimes almost to a fault. I feel like she would give more than what she had, or maybe she would overextend herself. But I realized later in life that by doing so, she built kind of like a village around us, a kind of community where she would reach out to people, or she would do the most for other people. And then, you know, we would kind of feel like if there was ever a situation we needed something from them, there, you know, like we could ask for help, if that makes sense. So I just want to put that out there. If you want a village, if you want that support, if you want that sisterhood, you have to be the sisterhood. You have to be the type of friend that you want to have. And I think that literally can go for like anybody. For example, I feel like when I first had my apartment, I did a lot of dinner parties because I wanted that to kind of be an extension of my village. You know, we can come over, we can cook together, we can, you know, have samosas and mimosas and, you know, just have a good time and like, you know, ate that, right? Ate that. Samosas and mimosas. Yes. Yes.
Why didn't we name our podcast Samosas and Mimosas, brother?
It's never too late. It's never too late. It's never too late. Like, it's never too late.
Girl, it's too late. It's too late. It's too late, honey.
But yeah, like I feel like that type of stuff helped me build my community. So I'm just putting that out there. What do you think, Dahlia?
I think you're 1,000% right. And
I always am. Sorry, I'm sorry. It's like a knee-jerk reaction. I try not to. As soon as someone says that I'm right, it's like, I kid you not, it's a knee-jerk reaction. Sorry.
No, the reason why I just made that face is because that's exactly what I say to other people. Like it's starting to sound like I don't have my own thoughts. Like Lena has a fucking Neuralink in my head because the way I tell us like you're right. I said yeah, I know. Like I'm confused. Where did you get in the progress of me being correct? Where were you not found?
Right.
But it's not even a singular. It's not singular. Guys,
take your time.
It's not singularly. Hey, yo, gay Fafa, Jesus Christ. Singularly. Hey, these accents. Hey. Singularity. That's what I wanted to say. I said it's not singularity. That's how it's gonna come out. It's not singularly.
That is the most Kenyan shit I've ever heard on this pod, bro. I swear to God.
I was like, it's not singularity.
Singularity. Yes, that one.
Vile itakuwa isolated. Ukikach kitu kwa container. Unajua. So it's not singularly like an African experience. Like I see that in so many different cultures, whether it's Asian, whether it's South American, you know, sometimes North America. I can't speak to that. But I see these where it's this cultural thing of perpetuating a village environment, because someday, some way, and I don't see this in American culture at all, people think they're gonna make it through this life by themselves. Well, I be like, you're not gonna make it through this life by yourself. There's gonna be times where you're going to fully have to put your weight, not lean, put your weight on somebody else because you cannot bear it by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that is one thing that my mom used to drill a lot into me. She's like, you gotta make friends and you gotta maintain your friendships because that's tactical. And I used to think, like I don't have to do all that. They know me, they like me. No, like the older I'm getting, really, the older you become, the more you become like your mother. It's inevitable.
No, it's so scary, guys. It is so terrifying.
I upkeep my relationships with other service member, my fellow veterans and stuff like that. Like I upkeep those relationships as I try sometimes, you know, our best friends, our guy best friends and Lena and all of them, like they take the brunt of that because sometimes I just can't get to them. Like by the time I get there, I'm already gassed out. I'm like, I need to go into hibernation. Sorry guys, I'll see you next week. Sorry, I'm flopping.
Right.
But when we hang out, it's a movie. But maintaining relationships with other people, whether it's professionally or personally, is so important because you don't know what the other person is going through. It's something that's very predominant in the veteran community, in the military community, is that like there's like a saying, like call like someone you served with, like hit them up, like talk to them, because they might be going through what you're going through, or they're going through something completely different. And then that's why there's a high rate of like veteran suicides, no trigger alert or whatever, but it's something that happens. It's very real. So it's like, it's tough. It's really, it's like,
it's not easy.
That, but I feel like those are side effects of thinking you have to do life by yourself.
I think that's a side effect of like living in like in a Western society, because that's kind of what the whole Western ideology is, like independence. They just thrive on being independent. So I think that leaves a lot of people feeling disconnected from their community, because they have this idea they have to do it by themselves.
But then you have this epidemic and really pandemic of depression and people being like, I'm not worthy of my own life. I'm like, dude, do you? And I was talking about, granted, I was talking to myself, but this whole thing, like coming to Earth, is such a big deal for a spirit. Human beings are not our bodies. These are our vessels. And, your vessel sometimes matches. Ideally, it matches, or maybe the goal is that it doesn't match, but it's supposed to match and reflect your spirit, right? Like a lot of people say, like Leos have like, big hair, or like great hair, like a mane. Like look at Bretman Rock. Bretman Rock, a Leo through and through.
No, actually, because even my partner is Leo and a big, huge mane. Love it on her.
Right, and when I lock it on my hair, I do be killing. But it does its own thing. Fuck it. But it's like the gods that, and the faces of, because God is I don't care if you're religious, God exists with or without your permission. Like you don't have to give gravity the permission to pull on you. It just does.
Right.
And that is, a force like the source, the creator, the universe, God. And so it's like we're embroidered with these different personality traits that are aspects and personality traits that God has, like they're aspects of God. So we're very dynamic, but we're very much the same, if that makes sense. Sorry, no, I got in a rant and I got lost because I'm having like 17 different thoughts right now.
No, I feel like our viewers are smart enough to kind of catch the drift. I definitely do get it. But I guess the way to simplify it is community, and finding your community and maintaining those relationships is crucial to living and sustaining the life that you want to live.
Right, because all these different personalities have something to give. Lena and I are completely different people, but we have like things that are similar, but we have more things that are different than they are similar, because our gods just match. Our gods just happen to be hanging around at the same time, or a similar time frame. Maybe they walked out the room and came back and they're like, oh shit, you doing Dahlia now? I just did Luna.
Right.
Instead of the Earth kind of thing. So it's like connections are not futile, and connections with people that you feel like, ooh, like that really resonates. You don't have to hold on to it like desperately, but definitely nurture it, like like a garden, like vegetables, like flowers, like fruit, like take care of it, check up on them, because they might drop a bomb on you once in a while. They're like, ooh, if it wasn't for you calling me, like maybe something else would have happened. So we don't do this life alone, so don't ever think you're gonna live this life alone. That's my point.
Amen. I agree 1000%.
Thank you. I do eat. I gag, I eat, and on top of that, I beat.
Oh, editor. That's something for you to edit out.
I was trying to like make sure that it ended on a high note, and somehow that's what came out. Like,
you definitely ended on something.
I'm not responsible for that.
Of course not.
Right.
Well, I hope that our audience got something out of this podcast because I feel like I definitely did. I think I'm going to maybe this week my homework for myself, and I'm hoping my homework. We don't even give y'all homework, but if there's anything to think about, just think about the friendships that you have right now, and something you can do to nurture that friendship this week. Reach out to a friend, text a friend. Anything you can do to kind of nurture the friendships and the relationship that you have in your life right now. I think that's really important.
I second that message. Lena always.
What? What'd you say? Sorry, I'm childish, y'all. I'm so childish.
Nah, the way I was like, ooh.
Yo, I seen her face. She wanted to beat my ass.
That's why I closed my eyes. Because anyone with eyes would have seen that I was like, ooh, I almost got a little upset there. Irrationally.
I'm nurturing our relationship. What are you talking about? Right.
Mm-hmm.
My noodles.
Go. Which noodles are those?
Shin ramen.
Ooh, the spicy?
Not this. The really spicy one is the bulldog ones.
Yeah,
but the ramen is pretty good. It's a chicken flavor.
Speak some Korean, because these niggas don't believe that you speak.
No. Okay, that's the end of the pod.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
Raise your hand if that made you uncomfortable.
Bye.
Bye.